I still feel like sneezing, and it's not coming out. I hate it so much. It's like every time we say, let's start recording, it starts to like tingle on this side,
Mm.
and I'm like, fuck. Whenever we're recording, it makes me want to sneeze. Why? But it doesn't
I
come
hate
out.
that feeling. It hurts actually, right?
Yeah, it makes me teary-eyed on just one side of my face, which is stupid. But yeah, anyway, I'll just wait for it to happen. It's probably gonna happen in the middle of this conversation, but we'll see.
While we're waiting for Gabby's sneeze, welcome, listeners, to Creepy Conversations.
Hey, creepers! I'm Gabby and I need to sneeze. And she's
And
Kalai.
I'm
Oh, sorry.
Kalai. No, it's fine.
Uh, I like my hair today. It's a bit cooperative.
Yeah, it's not absorbing your background
Yes!
for like
but
the first time.
but my teeth now.
And your like forehead and your eye.
So it's like you gotta choose. I think I'm fine with this. At least you guys don't think I'm bald or whatever. Yesterday I tried to do a wave, like I tried to get this kind of wave with videos I've seen on YouTube. And then there's this one video that made me use gel and then a diffuser, but I don't have a diffuser, so
What
apparently
is
you can
that?
do that. It's like a thing you put on your hair dryer and it
Oh,
diffuses
yeah,
the
yeah,
heat.
yeah.
It's kind of like a bowl or something, and then you
Yeah.
like crump your hair, whatever. I don't have that. So apparently you can use a random cloth and just put it on top of the blower and then like blow dry your hair as normal. But it just made my hair really frizzy, like pubic hair. It made my hair look like pubic hair basically. So I hate it. I just bun my hair today and apparently that did the trick. So I was like, fuck it, I wasted my time.
Not even 10 minutes in the podcast, we're already talking about pubic hair.
I'm sorry. Ugh. This is kind of like a leftover conversation from the Kappa episode.
Yeah. We haven't moved on, you guys.
Yeah. Oh my god. Which by the way, we haven't finished editing. And that's the next, I think that's
Oh,
already
right.
like the next episode that's supposed to go out. So we really
Is
need to
it?
finish that. I think so. I have to check, but yeah. Oh my god, yesterday, did you know? So I had a bit of a gathering with my housemates and my landlord and stuff. I'm so talkative today. I hate myself.
No, it's fine.
And then he asked me like, so what do you do on the weekends? And I told him like I paint. And he was like surprised. And then when I said like, oh yeah, I also have calls with my friends. And they were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because they thought like I would bring someone over in my room and have a conversation. And I'm like, it sounds like there's people in my room. Wow.
Gabby has like multiple personalities.
It's probably me being possessed and like my voice. I don't even know if if I'm talking. It sounds like I'm talking to myself, or if my voice changes. They just thought like I had someone here, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Maybe it's because like you transition from like our vernacular to non-English to English. Maybe they're like there's someone else there.
But isn't that weird though? Wouldn't you converse in the same language?
I don't know with them.
But yeah, so that happened. I'm like, they haven't seen me yet though with like full on makeup going around the house. So I think
Me
that's like the
like
next thing they'd be asking, like, what do you really do in your room?
my family hasn't seen me in like full makeup also. Like they've only seen pictures because I feel like they would take me to church. That's gonna happen.
Oh, my God. Well, if I was at home, they would be used to it because we're all crazy in that household, but probably here would be a different story.
Because we're like my sister and I are like the black sheep of the family. Because they're all like proper and shit, and my sister and I are like not.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah.
So this is like really way out of topic, but today's episode is about true crime.
I find it so funny how we were talking about her faces, and we were like, "Oh, we're gonna be talking about true crime."
Oh right, yeah. No, because I was just thinking, how are we gonna segue this? Just like, nope, there's no
By
way.
the way,
So it's just like, yeah, oh yeah, this is what we're gonna be talking about today. Just so you know.
speaking about looking like dead, we're gonna be talking about death.
But we always talk about death though. Like different
Right.
variations of death. Oh, wait, no, maybe like except when we talk about possessions and other stuff, but mostly death.
That's true. Because we're dead inside, so
We're
it
dead.
attracts.
Life imitates art. That's what they say. Oh my
We
God.
attract to things that are like us.
I think we've been on the internet for too long, but I guess like there's nothing much to do at home anyway.
True.
So-
I've watched I have both HBO Go and Netflix, and I've watched like every fucking true crime documentary on both.
Oh my God.
Plus like YouTube and shit. Like I don't really go on YouTube to like watch like true crime shit, but I listen to like a lot of podcasts that I'm like listening to new podcasts that are talking about like death. I'm like, "Oh, this is podcasts that I haven't listened to before about like true crime." I'm like, "No, okay, fine. I'm going to give you guys."
It's like, I have time for you now.
Exactly. I can listen to you now, so yeah.
Oh my God. I've been doing. Fuck, man. I can't save during the pandemic. I've just been online shopping for shit.
Me too.
It's like every day I receive something I don't even remember buying until I open the package. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I remember you now.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, I remember I bought you like last month, and now I just got you." Like, "Oh, why did I buy this? I can't even use it now."
Oh my God. Right now, I don't know. I feel like such a gym rat right now because most of the stuff that I'm buying are like workout shit. Like I just bought a barbell and then I bought a protein shake and then I bought this portable blender for my protein shake and I even bought those like muscle patches that like electrocutes your muscles and stimulates and I'm like, why? Who's gonna see me?
Literally, if Gabby feels like a gym rat, I feel like a rat because I've been buying shit. I've been like bringing shit in my room that I don't need. Like rats are like that. They like bring shit into their like homes that they don't even need.
It's like
Like I'm
hoarding.
doing that. Like I'm like on like online shopping sites and be like, "Ooh, jewelry making." Like I don't even wear fucking jewelry. And I'm like, I want to buy this shit. I want to learn how to make jewelry. Like, what is going on?
I hate it because like it's like everything you see online is DIY, like arts and crafts, and you're like, oh my God, I want to try that. Even like plant growing.
Exactly. That's all. By the way, Gabby and I and like a group of our friends, like we have a group chat and all we talk about is plants.
It's like indoor farming.
Yeah.
What is it called? Hydroponics?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hydroponics. Like, what is happening? This is how bored we all are.
Honestly, if I had the space in my room, I'd probably be in a jungle now.
I actually want to have like plants in my room, but I know for a fact that plants will attract insects.
Insects. Oh, but there are some
I don't
plants that
want.
are good for your room because it kind of like, I don't know what it's called, a diffuser? Is that it?
Mm, I think
Yeah.
it's the snake plants.
I don't know what plants they are, but there are plants for it.
But like from what I know, spiders love indoor plants, so I'm like,
Oh,
I
yes.
can't do spiders.
Oh, yes. Well, at least it's not the flying spider.
Like, why though? Why do you need to fly?
Because they want to be extra. Oh my god, tooth, my tooth looks like, my teeth looks like it has a gap because,
Cap,
oh my god,
I see it.
I can't win with this. Why is it all right with yours?
My my backgrounds loves to follow rules.
I
You look
should,
like you have a monobrow, a unibrow, monobrow, a
wow.
unibrow.
Fun fact, I actually do if I don't pluck my eyebrows. So it's kind of like haunting me saying, bitch, you're lying to yourself if you think that's not true.
It's like telling the truth for you.
Yeah. It's like, let me show them how much of a catfisher you are.
Shit.
Oh my god. Speaking of catfishes, it reminded me of this Facebook page that I saw, and it's very disturbing. Remember, I shared it in the group? Like, there's this. I don't know if there's an organization or whatever, but they're like pedophiles and they sell
Yeah.
kids.
That ruined my fucking day, by the
Me
way. Like,
too.
who the fuck are these people? I want
I
to
was
beat them
so
up.
annoyed. They even advertise it like some sort of, I don't know, it felt like selling a gadget. Like, what specs do you want? Just let me know how young you want them.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what
And
the
then there
fuck
were
is
like,
wrong with you?
exactly. And there were like comments like, I want like, this is trigger warning, by the way, to those who are
Yeah.
listening. But there were comments that are like, I want kids that are 10 above. Like, the fuck? 10-year-old kids are gross. They still eat their boogers and shit like that. Why do you want kids like that? I don't get it. Like, are you that much of a loser that you can't get girls your own age? You gotta, like, fish for younger girls who are easy to, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you
Exactly.
that much of a loser? I swear to God, I want to know who these people are. Is I just want to beat them up. Like,
I was so mad when I saw that because, like, especially now that we're in a pandemic and everyone's like home, kids cannot
mm,
go out. So it's like, how do we
exactly.
save them?
Exactly.
I was just so triggered when I saw that. That's why I shared it in the group. I'm like, can you help me report this? Because this is just not acceptable.
Yeah, and this is, we've mentioned this before in our previous episodes. Like, guys, watch out for your neighbors because
Yeah.
there are victims that are trapped with their abusers. So, just if you have binoculars or like solar hearing, whatever shit, do that. Like, mind your own business is like 2019. We're now in 2020. Mind other people's business to save lives, people. We're at home. The least we could do is like,
Help each
save
other.
children's save kids.
What? Children? That's a lot of kids. It's already
Children's
plural
is
with the S. Children's is.
Jesus.
Oh, gosh. I don't know how to segue this, but do you think we should
So
start
tell
now?
me about your. Speaking about horrible things, let's talk about another horrible shit.
Yeah. Let me, since yours is like the main story, I want to start with mine. It's gonna be quick, but I chose this because honestly, it was a random pick. I was just like, you know what? I'll Google Asian countries and then I'll just choose a country and then type the country's name and then famous murders or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like that. It's like surprise me kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's a great way to like, we're like informing people, so that's like a great way of being like, you know what? Let me
Yeah.
just be random.
Yeah, at least like I'm also learning something new because I've never heard of it before, potentially. So it's all fresh and stuff. And then, so This is a Nepalese true crime story, and
Mm.
it's one crazy shit. It's like a soap opera West Side Story kind of thing. And I was so surprised when I saw it because it's
Ooh.
apparently like huge. I don't know why I've never heard of it before, but it's about the Nepalese royal family. And before I start my stories, I got my sources from Times, Wikipedia, ABC News, Pride.org. I'm not even sure if that's how it's supposed to be read, but it's PRI.org and SCMP.com. So the gist is like, imagine this royal family, the prince falls in love with a girl from some sort of opposing family, kind of. The
Mm.
parents don't approve. He gets mad. He kills them. And that's like basically the gist of the
It.
story.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what happened. This happened in June 1st, 2001. So the Nepalese royal family was having a royal gathering in the palace, in the, what do you call this palace? Narayanhiti Palace. And so they had like their entire family, an entourage, friends. It's like basically a fucking party.
Mm.
And then the prince, his name was Prince Dipendra, he got drunk and high.
Oh.
He was like having the time of his life. Like, I will fucking party.
By the way, being drunk and high is the worst.
I
Just,
hate it.
just be drunk or be high. Don't be both.
Like, take a like, based on personal experience.
Pick a struggle.
Yeah, you can't even tell when you're drunk anymore when you're high, because it's like I can still
Mm.
do this. So then you're just like, it's not fun. So yeah. Anyway, apparently he does this often based on sources, because
Oh.
there was like a survivor from the massacre. So he told, yeah, the story. So yeah, the prince got drunk and high. He stumbled, like literally was stumbling into the dining hall, sorry.
Ooh, they're that rich because it ain't a dining room, it's a
Yeah.
dining hall.
Well, yeah, this is like the royal family, this like king, queen, prince, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like he stumbles in, and even the witnesses were like so surprised that he could even shoot the gun because he was extremely drunk, like literally flailing to the dining hall. And that's when he starts
Okay.
shooting everyone. And I don't know, like this dude was just like, fuck it, you know what? I'll make this party a bang. Literally.
Literal bang.
Yeah. And then he ended up killing 8 members of the Shah dynasty, including the king, the queen, and 2 of his younger siblings.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah. And then he proceeds to kill him, like commit suicide unsuccessfully, by the way. So he kind of
Okay.
like shot himself, and then he didn't die, he just gave himself a coma. So he fell into a coma, and that's not where the crazy shit ends. Apparently, he is the next in line, so he's like heir to the throne.
So he's now the king?
Yeah, because technically, like, even if he's in a coma, he's technically still alive.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he reigned as king for like 3 days in the hospital, like coma, until he was declared brain dead. So he was like king for 3 days for a bit, and he didn't even know it because he was like in a coma. But even crazier thing, here's the aftermath. So basically, the direct royal family, all dead, king, queen, prince, and princesses.
Mm.
So the king's brother is then now the new king. But apparently in Nepal, they're kind of like in Thailand, wherein they view their monarchs highly to the
Mm.
point wherein they see them as gods. So the country went on, no, sorry, not the country, the country's capital. What's the name of, it's in Doctor Strange. Kathmandu.
Oh, okay. And I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely remember.
Yeah, so in Kathmandu they had a riot because the citizens were like, "We're this is not acceptable." They didn't want to believe what happened. They thought like they were being lied to. Like they didn't want to
Mm.
believe the story that the prince was just like, "You know what? I'll kill my family because whatever." So they felt like the king's brother conspired to make that happen, and
Mm.
now the king's brother took the brunt of everything. So when he succeeded as king, when the prince died, the country blamed him for what happened. And in 2008, he was ousted from the throne when the country decided to be a republic. Like, that's how salty they were. That even 7 years after the
What?
incident, they removed him from the throne.
I mean, that could be like, we'll never know, right? Like the uncle could have been like, or like the new king could have been like telling his nephew and be like, be high, get drunk, and kill your family.
And then
We
kill
don't know what
yourself. Like,
happened
what?
before that. Like maybe he was like, dude, you can't let your family treat you like this. You have to marry the girl that you love. Your family is like going against. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what the fuck happened.
I mean, we would never know because, like, he's dead. We can't ask him questions anymore. But apparently, like, the prince was known to have a temper tantrum. Like, even as a kid,
Mm.
he had issues.
He was a psycho sapper.
Yeah. So apparently, the reason for him killing his family is he fell in love with an Indian aristocrat. Her name is Devyani Rana. While they
Mm.
were studying in England, they met and then he fell in love. He wanted to marry her, but his parents didn't approve because she came from quote unquote a lower class.
Mm.
But the thing is, she is still royalty basically. Like she's not a princess or whatever, but she still comes from a
Like
royal
she's a
family
socialite.
from India. Yeah. So
Okay.
she comes from a royal family in India, and apparently Indian royalty is like lower class compared to Nepalese royalty. So that's why
Oh.
his parents are like, "You're not marrying a fucking peasant."
Bitch, they're like elitists or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, she wasn't even a commoner to begin with, but they were just like, "No, you can't," because she's from an Indian royalty and they're like,
The
not up to
fuck?
par. Yeah. So there's that. I think she's like married now. She moved on with her life. And the palace is actually a museum now. So if we do want to travel whenever that is, we can probably visit Nepal and see the palace.
Do you think we can like travel by next year?
Most likely, but I'd still be afraid to get out of the country. I don't know. I have trust issues.
Me too. Also, if I was like the what was her name again?
Devyani Rana.
If I was Devyani, I'd be like, whoa, literally dodged a bullet with that dude. Because if they like ended up together, he could still have temper tantrums and like
Yes.
whatever, whatever.
And he's a drunkard. Like I said, he gets high and drunk often. Like, pick a struggle, dude.
Yeah, just be alcoholic or be an addict.
Not that any of those are fine, but like,
Yeah,
choose a battle, just one, please.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my true crime story.
Our stories actually, well, they don't interlap, but there are elements to it that are similar. I don't know, but what I'll be covering for this episode, it's actually like a pretty big deal in India. It's a very serious matter because there are so many human rights violations that's happening because of this. So I'll be covering the witch hunts in India. So yeah, I think it's something that is suddenly like serious now.
I was like, whoa.
But yeah, I think it's something that people need to be aware of because I had no idea that up until now, 2020 people, there are still witch hunts in India to this day.
What?
Yep.
That's
So yeah,
wow.
They're actually also, I actually wanted to cover like the other parts of Asia, like in Cambodia, there are still witch hunts there. Saudi Arabia, like literally in Saudi Arabia, you'd be hanged if they found out you were a witch. So I can't travel to Saudi Arabia. Also, Nepal. They also have extreme witch hunts there. Like they literally have gangs of witch hunters there, which is crazy.
It amazes me, like, whenever we search for stuff, we don't even tell each other until the day of the podcast, but it's like,
The
how?
connections.
Yeah, even with the cult episode, yeah, the South Korea thing, and then now it's like Nepal, India.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. So yeah, there are a lot of like bad shit going down all over Asia because of that. So we'll probably cover it in the future episodes, but not right now. I'll be covering India. But the reason why I want to cover it is because it's 2020, dude. Like, please, like,
Let us be.
yeah, like. Also, Gabby and I are from the Philippines, where we have like a certain regard of witchcraft. Like
Yeah. We
here,
still
we
have
don't.
practices of that.
Yeah, and we don't mess with like makukulams. We don't fucking kill them because we know that they're more like,
We respect them.
yeah, we highly respect. A lot of like Filipinos are afraid of them, but like us personally, we respect them because we know that they're connected to like the universe and like ancient and spiritual ways that we just don't understand, so we don't want to mess with them. So yeah, also they're keeping like part of the Philippines, like an ancient practice alive.
Yeah.
So let's keep Mangkukulams alive, people.
Protect the Makukula.
Yeah. Protect them. That if you were to join my cult, that would be one of the things that we're gonna do.
Oh, speaking of your cult, you already have one follower. That's not even me.
Yes. Come on, people. It's gonna be great.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. So, by the way, my sources for this BBC, like I feel like I read so much shit on BBC about this because they cover a lot of things about the witch hunts in India. Another source that I have is Southeast Globe, thehindu.com, indianexpress.com, globalvoices.com, Human Rights Watch or hrw.org, telegraph.co.uk, Scientific America, tribuneindia.com, and USA Today. So yeah, and I think I also have like Telegram India, which I forgot to write, but yeah, I have there's so many shit going on there.
No, but the fact that you remember it's good.
No, I wrote them down because I know I won't remember them. But yeah, the witch hunts have been happening since like ever since, but they became more like vicious in the beginning of 1991 specifically, where there was like a woman who was lynched because they believed that she was the reason why there was someone who was sick in their village. So let's move on to like in October 2014. Like I think this is when it started to get digital, so the stories were now on like digital platforms. So in October 2014, by the way, I'm gonna mess up a lot of names, I'm so sorry.
Their
So,
names
yeah,
are quite long.
So Dukalhin Bai died after she was stripped, beaten, and tortured for hours by her brother-in-law Nakul Patel and several other family members. Her son says, "My mother was beaten up very badly. She kept screaming, but the entire village just watched. I protested, but I couldn't save my mother because everyone in the village was like, let them do that shit." And the reason why his brother, Dukalhin's brother, did that was because he believed that she was making his son ill by practicing witchcraft on him, even though there's like zero evidence of that. Another example, in early 2019, a woman and 4 minor children were brutally killed in their sleep in Odisha village. Another one in July 20th, 2019. So these two shit were like last year. 4 elderly people were dragged from their home in Dumla district of Jakal. Sorry, Jharkhand, whatever. You'll see it in our sources. Jharkhand, India, after being accused of practicing witchcraft. So these are 4 elderly people. According to the reports, the victims were accused of causing a man's death, and they were eventually found guilty by their panchayat, which is like a village assembly, which is like their village union, and they fucking believed that these people were practicing witchcraft. So the victims were like dragged out of their homes, beaten to death by masked men. Like, also fucking pussies. Why are you wearing masks? You believe in what you're doing and you're hiding behind fucking masks. Like, little bitches. Anyway, the 8 attackers were arrested by the police, but I don't think that they're still in jail. I'll tell you later on why that shit happens. Like, they can be arrested, but they're not going to be in jail forever. So another woman, a 40-year-old woman, was stripped naked, forced to eat feces,
Ew.
made to walk on hot coals, and blinded before she was killed. She was a widow, and her alleged torturers were her nephew and niece. Wanted to like get her land that she inherited from her husband, and the only reason that the cops found out about it was because her children made a complaint to the police.
Wait. Oh my god, this is like a lot. This is too much. What's the criteria? Do you just randomly say, I think she's a witch and I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want?
Yeah, people are literally just like, I feel like she's a witch. And then, like, they attack her.
I think we can counter that, like, and say, it takes one to know one, so if you think I'm a witch, I think you're a fucking witch.
Yeah, but they have no, like, they can't even counter because there are too many of them. Like, imagine that your whole fucking village would just, like, one night come to your house and, like, beat you up. One case is that they actually also attack, like, famous people. One case, I think this was in 2014, Debjani Bora. She's a famous javelin thrower who has won several gold medals for fucking India, their whole country. She was blamed in the wake of the deaths of 4 people in the village, including one man who took his own life. Like, she was blamed for that. The villagers dragged her to a community prayer hall to face public trial on charges of being a witch. So Debjani Bora said, instead of finding out why all the deaths occurred, the village elders suspected a witch was driving these people to death, and they organized a prayer. So as the villagers were like chanting hymns, one elderly woman identified her as the witch and shouted that she should be punished. And people were like, yeah, I agree with her. And then she was blamed for all the deaths, and then they wrapped her up in fishing nets and beat her. And like they beat her up severely, almost to the point that she almost died. But she was taken to the clinic, and then she like regained consciousness like days after that happened.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Why? I'm so like, I have so many questions, and also, how do you even decide? Is it just like random pick? It's like, today I feel like being a bitch to that person, so she's the witch.
She's a witch now. Exactly. It's crazy how they don't have like laws to prevent that. I mean, later on I'll explain.
Yeah.
There was also one instance of their sisters, and they basically are kind of single because they're both widows, and they lived in like this area where they basically have a farm, and there were these dudes who kept on like pooping in their farm. By the way, their farm supplied food to their village. So they were like, dude, don't poop in our farm because people are going to get sick. Because we feed people with our food. People are going to get sick. And they asked those dudes twice. And those dudes got angry and accused them of being fucking witches. So they were like a mob like formed, and like they decided to just move out instead of like because they know that they're gonna die if they stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they left their fucking farm and moved to like another part of India instead of like dying. So that's fucking crazy. Another instance, I'm so sorry if this is a lot, but like I just want you guys to know how crazy it is and how much people there are getting like accused for no fucking reason.
It's quite rampant.
There's this, yeah, I'll let you know later how rampant it is. You'd be like, what the fuck? So yeah, another survivor, a woman named Devi, who I feel like Devi is like a common name there. She survived because, well, her whole life she has been like a midwife, and then her husband and 2 sons run a small barber shop, and then one day like a local schoolgirl fell ill, and then they went to like a village bopa. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, a bopa or whatever, but they're sort of like priests who carry like, they sing and they play like those, like a flute, like, you know how those priests are drawn in cartoons where they wear like the turban, and then they like play instruments and sing. Yeah, but they're like a group. So yeah, this fucking bopa, sorry to Indians who are listening right now, but I feel like he's being unfair. He decided he knew how to identify witches. But the crazy thing was, this bopa was like a self-proclaimed sorcerer who had powers to heal and bring good fortune and conjure up voodoo, and because of that he can identify witches. But
why
they
is he
don't
not a
attack
witch?
him because he's a guy. You see how unfair life is?
Okay, I'm done here. Bye.
So he was the reason why Devi, the survivor, he convinced the girl's family that the girl was a victim of witchcraft and that Devi was the witch. And the only reason why she freaking survived was that her family kept her in a brick storage room and told everyone that she left. But in the middle of her, she stayed there for 12 days in complete fucking darkness.
Oh my god.
Because people were like threatening her family. And they threatened her family to like burn their house down if she didn't turn them in. And then her family asked help from like an activist. I'm sorry, I forgot to write down the activist's name, but her first name was Tara. I forgot her last name. But yeah, this activist helped her and rescued her from that village. So that's why she was able to survive.
This is South India, right?
No, like majority in like India all over.
Oh,
so
God.
Like there are like provinces in India that still do that. Specifically,
I love it.
Jharkhand. Specifically, Jharkhand is like they're most famous for that. But I'll let you know why. So, India's National Crime Records Bureau, they were able to record between 2000 to 2016, there were more than 2,500 Indians who were chased, tortured, and killed in these witch hunts. However, activists and journalists say that the number is much higher because most states do not list witchcraft as a motive of murder, nor is it a crime.
Oh, fuck.
In some states in India. Every year to this fucking day in 2020, more than 150 people, mostly women and children, are killed every year because they're being accused of witchcraft. And that's the 150 is the recorded count.
Yeah, but it could be more.
It could be more. So there could be like probably more than 150. According to the Area Networking Development Initiative's director, Sejal Dand, he works for gender justice. He said that witch hunting is just another form of violence against women.
Yeah.
In 2015, a government in India status report on women, they described the witch hunt Sorry.
Slang.
So they describe the witch hunt as an outright discriminatory practice and a way
It
to
is.
control women, who do not conform to gender norms. So a lot of these women who are gender non-conforming women, they are called like Chudali, Dayan, Tony, and like other shit. They are being blamed for everything. They're called witches, and then any disease in that village, any death, any like disaster, fucking natural or fucking man-made, are blamed on these
On
women.
them.
Like if you're just like, if you were just born like naturally manly or whatever, like you just don't want to be like how other women are, or if you're smarter than most of these people, they can blame you. They can accuse you of being a friggin' witch.
I am so thankful I was not born there.
Yeah, it's
Because-
friggin' scary there. And they even blame these people for fucking drought. Like, drought people. How do you blame that on a person? Like,
Oh my god. What?
India, like, fucking, like, India, come on now. Like, you guys are, like, literally
Aw.
known now. Like, now they're known as Digital India. Because they have the best IT people, they have the best engineers, scientists, doctors, like literally people of science. Yet you still blame your bullshit problems on witchcraft, on these poor defenseless
On women. Yeah, like
Yeah. Although,
Dude,
yeah,
what?
there are men also that get blamed for witchcraft, because there are men who do practice witchcraft. There are men that are witches. But most of their victims, like 90% of their victims, are
women and
women
children.
and children. Mostly women.
What is the issue? Like, that's what I keep asking in my head. Like, what is your problem with us? Like, why? Are you that
Exactly.
threatened?
Exactly. Witches don't harm you. Stupidity does. Like, come on, people.
Like, can we leave the killing to COVID, please? We have enough problems as it is.
Yeah. And also, another thing, like, by the way, like, witches, like, you know, the real ones that actually, like, do, like, fucking sorcery or whatever. Like, if you're in their good side, they will protect you. So what are you doing attacking these people? Jesus! Anyway, I'm gonna move on. So, now, why is this happening in India? So, according to Telegraph India, the truth is that literacy. Let me just say that again. The truth is that literacy, equality, and rights are not universal, which is true, because even in our country, literacy, equality, and rights aren't available to everyone. And another thing is that India itself, like at present, they're undergoing like a process of transition. Like the development and technological advancement is so like fucking rapid. Like they're now
can't grasp
yeah.
it.
Yes, but their technological advancement is really fast, but their progress the fuck is wrong with my mouth today?
Witchcraft.
A fucking witch is doing this to me. I'm just kidding. It's me. I'm the witch who
You're
did
the
this to
witch.
myself. Sorry, back to India. So yeah, their progress in terms of education and like broadening societal mindsets cannot match the pace of their technological advancement. So
It makes
that's
sense.
actually, yeah, I'm actually afraid that that's going to happen in the Philippines too, because I feel like that's happening.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like an okay boomer face.
Yeah. Let's not do that, people. Let's educate
we be,
ourselves.
Open-minded. That's the
Yes.
least you can do, rather
Yeah.
than closing off and be like, yeah, you know what? This is not for me. Bye. Let's just-
Exactly. Don't graduate from Facebook University, people. You don't learn shit from there. That's all fake news.
Yep.
Anyway,
I love how we're so riled up about this because it is against every single thing we grew up to.
yeah, we're witches and like fucking like probably not even fellow witches. These are just people who are being accused of witchcraft.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people like blame it on superstition, but like according to a study there in India, that it isn't just superstition and illiteracy alone. It has to do with caste, which is like a hereditary based social status in India, which is crazy for me. It's still a thing there.
It's still a thing. Like, even until now.
Yeah, it's still a thing there. So it's not just because of caste or class or religion or like whatever. According to Partners for Law and Development, superstition is only one part of a complex narrative. Every instance of witch hunting has a counter narrative of motives. So they found out that people use witchcraft as an outlet for men living in poverty to vent their frustrations, and women are just like very easy targets. So because they're frustrated of their like status in life, which a lot of them inherited from their parents because of the caste thing, they want to find ways to be richer. A lot of these single women are widowed, or like they inherited land from their fathers or like their parents, and they're single. So what these men do, they accuse them of witchcraft, and then to like steal their shit.
You know what? The easiest thing they can do is marry the fucking bitch. Like, dude, exactly. What is wrong with you?
Exactly, like, why do you need to kill somebody in such a fucking brutal way? Like, do you really have to drag them out of their house and beat them up? Like, that is so unnecessary.
It's not like they're gonna own their property after they're dead, because they're not even related in the first place, so...
Exactly, and they're just like, I'm jealous that she has it, so let me fucking kill her, which doesn't make sense at all.
This is the wrong tactic. Relearn your plan, please. Like,
also, like, aren't you fucking afraid? Like, what if she is an actual witch and she like puts a curse on like whatever?
Exactly. Y'all don't want to meet our witches.
Yeah. Witches are smart, by the way. They could like put a curse on themselves. Like, they know that witch hunting is happening. They could be like, I'm gonna put a curse on myself, so if ever I get beaten up and killed, these people are gonna like...
They're gonna get it.
Yeah, they're gonna have bad luck forever. Like, did y'all not think of that at all?
I don't think they understand what they're doing. They're just acting on emotion. And that's the worst thing you can do.
Exactly. Anyway, where was I? I don't know where I am. I accidentally scrolled through the page and now I don't know.
We were so into this debate and this whole thing.
Let me just like read whatever.
I think your notes were like,
yeah,
I think she knows what she's doing, so let me just... My work here is done.
Just dip out. The reason why, by the way, because I mentioned earlier that a lot of these witch hunts aren't like reported. The reason why they're not reported is because of like first, weak investigation. Another thing is non-cooperation of witnesses, because there are people who aren't like, they might not be pro witch hunts, but they're afraid of like snitching out because they might be the next accused of witchcraft. Yeah. Excuse me. And then there's also like little evidence, because like usually it's like a whole fucking village that fucking beats up these poor women, and then they get to like clean and leave after. So there's like basically no evidence. So the cops are like, who the fuck are we going to arrest when the entire village is in on it? So yeah. Also, another thing, acts of like public humiliation, which involved in witch hunting, like torturing, parading, and other stuff, are not named in their law in the IPC, and they're just simply dismissed as injury. So they're not really crimes, they're just injury.
Someone needs to update your law. Like, what are your law people doing?
Exactly. this is why, like, I wanted to, like, cover this topic, because, like, I feel like only the people in India are complaining about this. There's not much awareness about this because people are too busy being on Instagram and be like gentrifying witchcraft. Like, if you like witchcraft, watch out for your fellow witches and watch out for your fellow women. And, like,
watch out for everyone.
Watch out for everyone, people. That's what we said earlier.
Yeah.
So, like, help. Like, if you know how to find a way to help these people, like, raising awareness for this will mean a lot to these poor women that are being accused of witchcraft. So yeah, that's the reason why I covered it. And the great thing about it is that there are many women. The only great thing that's coming out of it is that there are women that are surviving these witchcraft huntings, and they're now activists. They're now standing up for these women, these other women that are being accused. And there was even one who was like, she used to believe in witchcraft, and then one day her son got sick. Her name is Birubala Rabha. So she's an Indian activist who campaigns against witchcraft and witch hunting in India. She even, like, won a fucking award, which I did not write down.
I was waiting for the award name, actually.
I'll let you know in our website. Okay. Wait, let me see if I can find it. But the name of her organization is Mission Birubala, which is named after her. So she used to believe in witchcraft, and then one day her son got sick. She brought him to, like, a bopa. The bopa said that, there's, like, this pregnant witch who's, like, using your son as energy, and then your son will die as soon as this witch will give birth, because that baby will absorb your son's energy. But then her son got okay, and she was literally like, this is bullshit. Like, she got pissed off. Like, she was like, who the fuck is this pregnant witch? Like, let me get at her. But then her son got okay, and then she was like, the fuck? I've been lied to all my life. So she decided to, like, campaign against witchcraft, because she just realized, she just woke up and was like, this is fucking bullshit. Y'all are making shit up. And she realized that Bopa probably just had beef with someone who was pregnant and wanted her to like be gone,
do something.
So yeah. By the way, her international honor is I had to, like, you really Google it. Because, like, she won an award from the Women's World Summit Foundation. It does not say what kind of award it is, but she won an award. And for protecting women's rights. That's her award.
Good.
Yeah. And then she's now also, like, a something in the UN for Sustainable Development Goals. So she's, like, part of, like, a huge thing now. So,
oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, be like Birubala people, like, save witches, or like in India's case, just women who are being accused of witches. Yeah. If you have time to gentrify witchcraft on Instagram, have time to speak out for these people, like, just raise awareness regarding this, because, you know,
I mean, it's the least you can do.
Yeah, and since India is being all digital now, like, maybe, like, this would be a way for them to be educated about this thing. So yeah. Also, stop gentrifying witchcraft, people. Like, I'm not being racist to white people, but a lot of white people are gentrifying it, like, taking photos of their fucking crystals and just being like, I'm one with nature, peace. Like, no! There are people dying because they're getting accused of witchcraft. Like, the least you can do is, like, raise awareness to this. Right?
I feel like if you're really practicing something, you have to know the ins and outs of these things. Like, you have to understand what you get yourself into, rather than saying, like,
exactly,
I'm a witch because I'm into this, but I don't really know. I'm just,
You need to read books about witchcraft and know the history. People also died because they were accused of witchcraft before.
Yeah.
So don't just take it lightly and respect nature. Don't stop fucking buying crystals, by the way, because there are crystals that are unethically mined. So watch out where you buy your crystals from.
It's not even about being a witch at all. Like, just, dude, this is the environment.
Yes, exactly. So, like, stop gentrifying witchcraft. If you can't, like, fucking research about where you buy your crystals from, you know, that's like a really simple thing, people.
Yep. Actually, even with tarot cards, like, you have to be careful with those things. Like, if you really believe in energy, then you would know to be careful about these things.
Exactly. Don't just buy tarot cards online because they might be secondhand. Some of them might be stolen. Some of them might be like, yeah, don't just lightly like buy. You have to, if you need to buy tarot card, make sure that you see them in person before you buy them.
You have to feel the energy of it. The card chooses you. It's not the other way around.
Listen to Gabby. So yeah, that's it. That's the witch hunts in India.
You know what? If you guys don't even have the time to, I don't know, like, research these things, the best option for you is to click subscribe, rate, and review our podcast, and we'll do the research for you.
Do the research for you. Just listen to us, but also do research, people. Seriously.
Yeah. Like, at least check your sources.
Exactly.
That's the least you can do.
But while you do that, leave us a 5-star rating. 5.
You don't even have to write anything, just like 5 stars if you're too lazy for it.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, or maybe write something.
Write something. If you hate us, we would love to know.
But rule is 5 stars only.
Then hate on the comments.
Oh, God.
Also follow us on our socials.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so like, Gabby's like, watch out for each other, guys. And I'm like, follow us on our socials.
No, we were gonna get there. I was just still caught up.
But listen to Gabby, people.
And also follow our socials at Creepy Convos. I think, should we tell them that our website is already live, or is it like still under construction?
Yeah, just check out our website so that it'll have traffic. There's nothing there yet. But we are working
have,
on
like,
it.
A homepage.
Like, literally before, I haven't, like, touched it at all. Now I'm like, oh, they're, like, pictures now.
A little bit.
We haven't published them yet, but it's almost there.
I mean, you can submit stuff to us there. It works. Like, the website works. It's creepyconvos.wordpress.com because we're too cheap to buy our own domain name.
So if you want, like, topics that you think that you already know but you want us to cover because we're good at fucking research, not really. But yeah.
No, we're good at research. We're just a little shit at delivering.
Exactly. But yeah.
Thanks for creeping, you fucking creeper.
And remember, the government is always watching you. And watch the government back.
Yeah. Bye.